Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and this is the Milviz Corsair for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're loaded up at RAF Duxford. We're going to take this aircraft on some 1v1 air-to-air dogfighting. What you may not know about this airplane, especially if you don't own it of course, is that it actually has cannons you can fire, and we're going to be using those today, flying against myself in a pre-recorded version, and more on that later. First off, we need to set this aircraft up to actually use the cannons, so I'll talk you through that. We'll then perform some low-level fighting wing and a demonstration of lead and lag pursuit, which is useful during combat, and then we'll position back into the airfield and do an outward turns for combat, and then an inward turn for a 1v1 pass into the merge, and I'll demonstrate some techniques as we go. We'll end up with a landing, but you can stay for that or not. But if you find this useful or enjoyable, feel free to like and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel. And without further ado, let's jump in the cockpit. So welcome to the cockpit. Let's configure this aircraft for using the cannons. First off, we need to actually change the payload or the load out. So we'll bring this little page out, really nicely presented. And you can see I've already taken the auxiliary tanks off the external side, and I've added 50 cal ammo in terms of this tick box. You do run out of bullets, so make sure that you conserve some, and if you want to add more you have to be on the ground in order for that to work. So the configuration is good and we're loaded up with bullets. Next you need to make sure you have the gun sight enabled, which is clicking on the gun sight area. That brings that back, and then on the left hand side is all the switches you need. So gun on, master arm, outboard and center and inboard guns, and then the gun sight light is up for light, and then I can see you get an alternate bulb if you switch it down, but there you go, you can see the gun sight is enabled, and then you've got brightness and dim, so we're going to turn that up bright. So that gives us the sight working. We now need to make sure the guns are armed, and that's these down here. They're in the safe position by default, and we switch them to the charge position. The cannons are now ready to fire, and there's no ground safety on here, so you can just fire away. Sounds brilliant. Very nice. So there we go. Okay, now all we need is an adversary, and for that I'm using JoinFS recorder function. I've already pre-recorded a sortie in the Corsair, so I'm going to click overdub, which will record this flight on top of that. And once the animations catch up, let's jump in the cockpit and get ready to go. Now excuse my abilities in the Corsair because I find it the most tricky airplane to take off and land, but we'll try our best. Getting ready for brakes release, there he goes. I don't want to catch him up too much because I know I'm going to start getting squirrely around about 50 knots. There it goes. He's doing the same. Hey, that was one of the better ones. Let's keep it on the runway, get a bit more speed. Up he goes. And gears retracting, flaps already up. There we go, takeoff successful. Next event is going to be demonstrating some lead and lag techniques whilst flying around at low level. So he's going to come around to the left and I'll show you what it's all about. You'll notice during this recording some stuttering from his aircraft. Not sure if that's a bug in the recorder or whether it's the fact the aircraft has been modelled with a bit of buffet, so it's kind of coming through in the recording. Not sure. But overall, JoinFS is one of the smoother playback facilities in avoiding stutters. But for the Corsair, it does appear that he has a bit of a tail waggle going on. So here we go. We are at low level, around about 1,000 feet from him. He's going to start a right-hand turn, and we're going to demonstrate some lead. And by leading, I'm going to put him at the bottom of the canopy. So if you wouldn't mind lead, roll into the turn. There we go. So if I put him down by the nose, just so I can just still see him, you'll notice that he's getting bigger because we're cutting the corner. That is lead. And if I keep doing that, we're going to hit him. If I want to lag, I'll put him to the top of the canopy, or above the canopy bow, and that's lag, and he'll get smaller. And if I want to pure pursuit, that is literally pointing the nose at him, and in this case the bore sight cross or the gun cross is pure pursuit, or near enough. Let's do a bit more lead. And you can see him getting bigger. Bit of lag. And there we go. So that is lead and lag. And how that becomes useful in combat is if you're too close, you'll lag to get some turning room, and then you can take your shot. Or if you're too far away and you need to get closer, you'll need to lead him. So I'm going to do a little bit of lead here as we position back in towards Duxford. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to point at Duxford, 90 degrees off from the runway, and then we're going to do an outward turn for combat. This is used for practice air-to-air as a way to get into a position for a 1v1 head-to-head merge. And we're going to use it here now. So outward turn for combat, go. Off he goes, off we go. So he's gone right, we've gone left. We'll roll out, we're going to count for 5 bananas, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that'll do. And we're going to see if we can see him. He should be in the 12 o'clock now. Where are you? Where are you? There he is. He's gone right. He's turned early, so we're going to try and get towards the 6 o'clock. A little bit of a reversal. Now, of course, this is a bit of a fudge because I know what he's going to do, so it's not really authentic dogfighting. But that was a lag roll in towards the 6 o'clock. And now we're going to go into a loop. So distance-wise, we're good. I can pure pursuit him over here. And shoot his tail off. It's quite tricky to hold the cross nicely on him and track. Just a bit of practice. You can see that he's wagging his tail like a happy puppy. He's not so happy that I'm in his 6 o'clock though, I think. We go for a barrel roll. So this is a bit of lag, so he's at the top of the canopy bow because I'm a bit close. Now on the way down, I want to lead him a little bit because he's going to be accelerating away, and you can see he's in a nice position to, ooh, watch out for the traffic, take the shot. So I'm going to do this for a couple more reps, just follow him through the sky, and then we're going to go downwind for a straight-in visual approach, and I'll try and land it in formation, so if you want to stick around for that, please do so. If you've enjoyed it so far, useful, please like and subscribe, help support the channel. But we'll do a few more maneuvers, and then, like I say, we'll try and land this in formation, which will be pretty tricky. Oh, flying from outside is very difficult. Let's not do that. Oh, bit of a glitch. But we're good. I think this is a Cuban 8. The other glitch you have in this playback is that when I animate my aircraft, his aircraft animates. So you'll notice that when I fire the gun, he also fires the gun. Okay, so coming in for the run-in and brake to downwind. So I'm not going to shoot him now. I'll let him enjoy this. He's going to come to the left, so we want to maneuver onto the right-hand side. And then we'll follow him up. This is where I'm likely going to PIO because I'm not the best leader. I haven't been very considerate. So I'm just going to try and get my power roughly right. Let's get into position. Come on. When his gear starts going down, I need to do it quickly too. Or put some flaps down to help me slow down. Come on, where's the gear? There goes the gear. Put another stage of flaps down. Really easy to over control when you're at slow speeds because there's less drag due to reduced velocity, and that's another conversation. But in essence, I'm just trying not to over control it. This is only the 3rd time I've practiced this, so let's see how well we get it. Now the sun's on the left side, so what I want to do is land on the left. So when we roll out, I'm going to just duck under here and position on the right hand side. Okay. Now the landing from the other aircraft was actually pretty decent. So I'm hoping that I can replicate it this time. But I find that the wing tip drops considerably after landing regardless of what I do, so we'll try our best. This is, I mean, the tail wagging stopped, so that's nice. This is very immersive. I'm trying desperately not to overtake him. He's going to select idle soon, so I need to be careful not to overshoot. I'll just let him get away a little bit, but that's alright. He's gone to idle. If I overtake him on the left, I don't mind. Here we go, hold it off. That's a little bit of a touchdown. Okay, we're down. Let's hopefully keep it straight, keep it straight. Oh, hello. Get a bit close to him. Got a little bit close, but we managed it. Look at that. Nice. Love it. Cool. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you join me for the next video.